Squad, what's going on? It's your boy Knockout 360 here with another video, man. So in this one, we're going to talk about the top 5 things that I love about that car, my 2023 Dodge Charger Hellcat Jailbreak. Some of them you're going to readily understand immediately. A few of them you may not, but once you ponder on it and mull it over, you'll understand what I mean. But either way, let's go ahead and get into it. All right, squad. Red Key gang on deck. Let's go ahead and get it started up. Welcome to the mothership.
X-band, K-band, K-A-band, laser, GPS connected.
Shout out to CarLock. CarLock not playing no games. Look at that, letting you know what's going on. CarLock, security enabled, engine start, vibration detection. I've been messing up all day long. But that's not why we're here, guys. We are here to talk about the top 5 things that I love about my 2020s. There you go. See, look, CarLock. Engine started. All right, so you guys be playing around talking about, oh, it doesn't come up all the time. Yes, it does. Every single time, in fact. Look at the list of notifications. Vibration, 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 engine start. Every single time I touch this car, I get a notification. All right, so the purpose of this video, top 5 things that I love about my Dodge Charger Hellcat Jailbreak. All right, guys, so number 1, let's start off with the obvious one. What separates a Hellcat from any other Charger or Challenger that Dodge produces? The Supercharger, ergo the whine. Oh my God, you can hear it. You can hear it. That whine is, I mean, it's addicting. You know what I'm saying? Let me really open it up. This is what people inside the car would be hearing. All I hear is engine and whine. Whine is intoxicating, and that's my favorite part of this car. Like, I didn't realize that, you know, when you get your Hellcat, it would be so loud. Like, whether I'm playing my music or not, I can hear that whine all the time. Rhyme, bars, hashtag bars. I can always hear that whine sound. And that immediately lets me know or reminds me that I'm in a Hellcat. Not to mention when I was in my Scatpack back in the day, or even now, if I see a Charger and it's debadged and I can't tell what it is, whether it's a Scat wide body or Scat slim body or a Hellcat slim body, whatever wide body, I immediately listen for the whine. When they get on that gas, they don't even have to hit it that hard, but when they get on it, as soon as I hear that whine, that's a Hellcat. And I'm gonna be honest with you, it is just as intoxicating as you would think. I mean, like, just for the sake of hearing it, I'm always on it. You see what I'm saying? All you hear is engine and whine. Engine and whine. And that's the thing, the whine is so loud that you can actually hear it over the engine. It's not so loud that that's all you hear, but it's a combination of the two. You know what I'm saying? It's a combination of the two, and it's one of those things where they work perfectly in conjunction with one another. It's a beautiful sound. If you've ever sat in a Hellcat, or obviously for you guys that have Hellcats, you know what I'm talking about. Whenever you go to Instagram and you go to these Hellcat sites, all you hear is that Supercharger whine. That whew, whew, whew. And you immediately know you're dealing with a Hellcat. No questions, no ifs, ands, and buts, that's a Hellcat. And that's the number 1 thing that I love about this car. Every single time I get in this car, I have to hear that whine. Once I hear it, once I hit it real good one time, I'm good. I know I'm good. You know what I'm saying? And that's the biggest thing. That's number 1, the whine, right? That whine is just intoxicating. I love it. It immediately lets me know I'm in a Hellcat. Now, my number 2 favorite thing about this car, I'm about to show you right now, and you should know immediately. All right, guys, so apparently I did not record number 2. Number 2 was basically just going to be me explaining how sensitive the throttle is, basically how you don't have to push it all the way down to the floor to get a response, because it's a Hellcat. Once you put it in track mode, sport mode, or any of those custom SRT modes, this thing really goes really sensitive. The pedal, the acceleration, all of that comes in immediately. That was number 2. I apologize, I forgot it, but let's move on to number 3. And the third thing that I really love that no one told me that existed on the Hellcats, no rev limiter. So you can sit here and rev your shit all the way up to 6,000 if you want. God, I love that. I love that. Just rev all day long. Now, the reason that I'm bringing that up and making that number, what, 3? What do we say? The Whine, the Performance, no rev limiter. Yeah, number 3, I guess, or number 4. You guys got to keep me in check. But the reason that I bring that up is because, you know, with the Scatpacks, or at least my year, the 2020, I was only able to rev it up to about, what, 4,000 before it stopped, because it's got that electronic governor or whatever on it. And you can get rid of that, but you got to pay somebody to tune your car and take that off. But with the Hellcats, there is no rev limiter, or at least the new ones. Now, one of my homeboys told me like the early 707s had a rev limiter at 4,000. I could be mistaken. Let me know if that's correct or not. But with the new Hellcats, the 23s, there is no rev limiter. Now, that really doesn't, you know, add to the performance or anything. But I mean, I just think that's cool as hell that you can just sit on the pedal and just go ham. Because you sit there and you see Mustangs that will stand on the pedal and just rev the shit out their car, and they're so loud, whereas Mopars are kind of refined and reserved because we've got a rev limiter stopping us at 4,000. But with the Cats, however, you can have fun all day long, do whatever you want. You can go up to 7,000 if you're stupid. I don't think it actually lets you go up to 7,000. I think it does, actually. If you wanted to be stupid, why you would do that, I don't know. But you can do it. The rev limiter is what I love about it. You know what I'm saying? Now, number 4. Number 4 is going to be a little objective, or subjective rather. Yeah, subjective. I'm going to be honest with you, compared to my Scatpack, and I don't even want to say my V6, I know you guys are going to laugh at me, but compared to my Scatpack, the handling on this Hellcat is day and night different. The suspension, the body roll, the way it's coming in and out of corners is day and night different as opposed to my Scatpack. My Scatpack, my suspension, which I would assume is SRT suspension, was real soft. And I say that to say that thing, it wasn't terrible. It wasn't bad by any means, right? But it was soft. And coming in and out of turns, the whole body's rolling, the car's rolling. You can feel the body roll. With the Hellcat, it's more planted. It's a lot more stiff, pause. The suspension is much more stiff under the body of this car, which serves not only for turns and you know, cornering and things like that, but it also serves for high speed maneuvers. When I'm on a highway and I'm getting at 120, 130, 140, this car feels perfectly level. Like the highway is not taking my car is taking the highway. I'm not feeling a lot of bumps and a whole lot of shaking. Stuff like that is scary to me. Like I remember my V6, the few times that I did 120, because I think my V6 was it wouldn't let you go over 140. But the one time that I did 120, my car was shaking like crazy. The wind was taking my car. The road was taking my car because of the bumps on the highway and the fact that you're going that fast, so you're kind of at the mercy of the wind. With this Hellcat, the suspension is so firm and so planted on the ground, it just eats up all of those bumps. And it gives you that extra level of security that you're in good hands. You know what I'm saying? You're in good hands, don't worry, nothing's gonna happen because it's so solid and so firm as far as the suspension is concerned, you know? And there's no worry. You can hit those high speeds on the highway and be firmly planted and feel safe in this car. It's nothing that's gonna scare the hell out of you. You know, some cars, when you hit 120, 130, 140 plus, because of how light they are, because of how bad the suspension is, it starts hitting those bumps in the highway at 120, 130, and now you got a car that's doing a whole lot of this stuff like that. That scares the shit out of people. That's the type of stuff that's not, you know, reassuring that you're in a good, solid, high performance car. But this car, it just stays level and planted. And when I'm hitting those high speeds, I don't have to worry about it. Like everything's just planted and level, you know? And that's number 3. Or that's number 4, the handling. Forgive me, I got everything backwards. I said top 5, I'm gonna give you 5. Number 5, man, and this, once again, this is one of those subjective ones, because with the previous one, handling, a lot of people say that, you know, Mopars handle like boats. Just big, heavy, you know, kind of sluggish boats. And I'm saying the opposite. It actually handles quite well for what it is. With the fifth one, I'm gonna say the looks of it. Now granted, from a distance, looks just like a Scatpack wide body, you know, Hellcat wide body, nothing new under the sun. 2023s looks just like the 2020s, 21s, 22s. But mine specifically has the color match spoiler, which is why I haven't put another spoiler on top of it, because with all of my other cars, it came with the flat black plastic spoiler, and that's why I drilled into it and put the King wrap spoiler on top of my Scat. But with this one, it's color matched to the body. It's black gloss, and it stands up much further than my Scatpack wide bodies did. So I don't really think that I'm gonna put another spoiler back there, because I don't really think I need to, because that looks clean enough. And then of course the front end, you know, the hood. I love the new hood design of the Hellcats. Now, if you remember the 2020s, they were a little different. They had those kind of recessed inlets for the heat extraction that was on the hood. You know what I'm saying? The 22s and 23s, and I think it started in the 22, it's different. It's that flat heat extractor. And I think that looks much more classy and much cleaner than the previous model. And that's just my take on it. You know what I'm saying? It separates the 21s and the 20s and all the other wide bodies. So you immediately know it's either a 22 or a 23. It's either last year or it's brand new. And I like that. And then of course, guys, just let's be honest here, the Supercharger. You know what I'm saying? That Supercharger hasn't changed at all. It's the same Supercharger that Dodge has been using since 2015. But when I pull up the car meets and car shows, I have a reason to pop my hood and let my shit just stand wide open. In the past, with my Scatpack, I mean, it's powered by SRT, whatever. I had an oil catch can, whatever. With my V6, I never opened the hood, because why? Why would you do that? But with this, that Supercharger, that big silver Supercharger, that chrome block, that orange Hemi block and all that stuff, I want people to see that shit. I want you to look at it and see that it's a Supercharged Hellcat. See that Supercharged Hemi logo, the word Supercharged Hemi. I want people to see that. You feel me? I like that type of stuff. And that just adds to the aesthetics of it. And somebody told me this, I don't know how true this is, but someone told me that the Hellcat emblems on the side of the Charger and Challenger for the 23 model are actually bigger than the 22s and 21s and every other year prior to. I don't know how true that is. That could be some cap, but they look bigger. You know, mine looks bigger than, you know, the previous years. Play, not pause. Mine is definitely bigger than some of y'all's out there. I know that for a fact. I'm just kidding. But I mean, the emblem is bigger for sure. Like if you set mine next to a 19 or a 20, I can guarantee you my emblem is bigger than, you know, the 19 or 20. Not that that means anything. Let's be honest here, that doesn't add horsepower, performance, any of that shit. But, you know, you got this big ass sedan. You want that emblem to be a nice size so that people know from a mile away that's a Hellcat. So, I mean, just the body lines of it, the wide body kit, the wide body aspect of it. You need a wide body, man. In this day and age in 23, you need your Hellcat to be a wide body, if you ask me. If you can afford it, or you can wait on it and you can find a good wide body deal, get you a wide body Hellcat for real. You know, just because the performance aspect of it, having those big tires all the way around to protect, or not protect, but to add some sort of meat and traction to the car. And then also the look of it. The look of it to me is more important than even the performance aspect, because let's be real here, 305s, 310s, 315s, you're gonna spin regardless. So the look of it. So what do we got? We got let's do a recap here. We've got the Whine. We've got the immediate power, right? The immediate acceleration that you get from this car. You don't have to stand on it. You don't have to stand on the pedal. It's going to give you everything you want immediately, which is good for, obviously, you know, high speed situations. And then for you guys that like getting sideways, that's why so many people slide these cars, because it gives you so much power so quickly with very little acceleration input or pedal input. You know what I'm saying? And then 3 was Rev Limiter. No Rev Limiter on the Hellcats. So you can just sit on it and have fun and rev your car to 6,000 to 7,000 if you please. Number 4 would be the handling, which I said is subjective because a lot of people talk about Mopars and they call our cars sluggish, big, heavy boats with a lot of body roll. I'm here to tell you that maybe they did something different with the 23s. What the hell am I riding on right now? Whole bunch of filth, Jesus Christ. But 4, like I said, handling. People always give a shit about our cars being heavy and sluggish. I'm here to tell you, I feel like this car is more planted than anything that I've driven in a long time. The suspension is so stiff and so reinforced that the body roll, it's there, but it's not noticeable. And then number 5 is just the look of the car, the body of the car, how the car looks. That wide body is mean. The Hellcat emblem being bigger this year, that's mean as well. The big supercharger when you pop your hood and let people know it's a Hellcat, come on now. You can't beat that. So, quick video, guys. This video may have been all over the place. It started raining halfway through, so I had to chill for a minute. But those are my top 5 things that I love about this car. Those are the top 5 things that I look forward to every single time I drive this car. It's just getting active and doing dumb stuff like that, man. So talk to me. What's your top 5? It's your boy Knockout 360. Let me know how you feel about my list. Maybe my list is wrong. Maybe I, spoke incorrectly on some things. Either way, let your boy know. Tap in with me. Let me know what's going on. As always, it's been your boy Knockout 360. I'm going to go ahead and get out of here, man. Peace.